I've been using Songtrust for years, but to be totally transparent, I've never actually known what it was or what it was used for. But I've done some research so you don't have to, and here's what I found out. The reason why I'm even making this video in the first place is because I just finished taking an online sync licensing course called Paid to Play by Nolan. Highly recommend, highly recommend. And one of the administrative services that he mentions is Songtrust. Now, Songtrust is one of those things that I've been hearing about for years, especially as a music artist. It is an extremely important tool that every artist should be taking advantage of and utilizing. I've been hearing about it for a very long time, and I even went as far as signing up for a Songtrust account, had my login information and everything, but I had never actually used it. But after being reminded of Songtrust through that paid to play sync licensing course, I went and I logged in, but I was told, oh no, you're already signed up with CD Baby. Use CD Baby to log in to use Songtrust. And what I did not realize is that Songtrust is actually what powers CD Baby, and CD Baby is using the collection system from Songtrust to collect royalties from all over the world. 65 collection societies and pay sources spanning over 240 countries. CD Baby is already taking advantage of that collection technology, and I found out it's because Songtrust powers their entire system. So I always knew there was something I loved about CD Baby and why I have been with them for over 10 years now. But to know that Songtrust is powering their collection systems just makes it all the more sweet and makes me trust CD Baby even more. But this is not a video to get you to sign up with CD Baby as your distribution. This is to explain to you what Songtrust is and why you as an independent artist or just a music artist in general should know what it is and know what it's used for and know how to use it. So let's dive into that. What Songtrust does is it monitors your music, monitors where your music is playing, it collects royalties from all over the world, and it serves as an administration tool for a music artist. Like I said earlier, it makes use of 65 collection societies, and the pay sources span over 240 countries and territories in the world. In order to register with Songtrust, you have to be a member of a society. So that is a PRO, a performance rights organization. In the United States, those top three are going to be ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. I am personally with ASCAP. You also need to have distributed at least one song onto a major streaming platform. Major streaming would include Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon, when Google Play was a thing, Tidal. All of those are major streaming platforms. You need to have at least one song released on one of those platforms. And you have to own a percentage of a composition copyright, or you have to have a stake. You have to own a percentage of a song that you are a part of. Songtrust, being a music publishing administration service, basically means that it is monitoring and it is keeping track of a lot of your back end things. So when I'm logging on to ASCAP, I am registering my work and I'm outlining all of the writers and all of the owners of the composition or of the song, of the sound recording. So when I go on to ASCAP.com and I register my works, I'm putting myself as a songwriter. I'm also including the producer and any other songwriters who were included, any other collaborative production that was done on it. You outline all of those people. Songtrust goes a step further and is another collection society for you to make sure that your royalties are being collected from these streaming services, so you're not leaving money on the table. I'm not able to show you what a Songtrust account looks like, but since Songtrust is powering CD Baby, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like on my end when I am going through and looking at my sales and accounting on CD Baby. So when I log in, my dashboard, I can see how much I'm making on the right hand side. I'm going to click on sales and reports, give that time to load up, and this is showing me my account balance and my total revenue. Account balance is how much they need to pay me out. Total revenue is how much I've made. And you can see that they're breaking down all the different categories: social media, video monetization, swiper sales, withheld cover song licensing. And it just gives a detailed breakdown of all of the music that I've done, all of the songs, all of the singles, all of the albums, and how much revenue each of those projects has generated. And you'll see that I'm making a little bit of money on some of my stuff. So if I click on one of these, let's say I click on the Apple Music stream, I ask for the details, it's going to give me a detailed breakdown of which song or which album is getting play and what date it was streamed on and how much I'm getting paid per unit, which is obviously not a lot because streams do not pay very much, but it gives a very detailed breakdown of every single instance when my song was played, when it was downloaded, when it was streamed. So this is a very important tool. And I imagine that when you log on to your Songtrust account, it looks very similar to this. Now, if I look at the publishing royalty reports, and let's just look at the latest quarter, which would be August 2025. That's the last reporting quarter. And you can see that it's partnering with the MLC. Now, I will do another video on what the MLC is, but it is another important resource that music artists should make sure they are registered with. Do not leave money on the table. Basically, CD Baby, Songtrust, the MLC, all of these different collection agencies, administrative services, they are keeping track of your music. They are collecting mechanical royalties on your behalf. So anywhere that it's streaming, anywhere that it's sold, anywhere that it's reproduced, we get a portion of those sales. And CD Baby, Songtrust, the MLC, they are going to give a detailed breakdown of every single instance when your song is played or reproduced or sold. So it's an extremely powerful tool, and it is an extremely important thing that artists must know how to do and must know how to maintain and make sure that we are registering our music on the back end so we can know where our music is being played and how much we should be getting paid and when we can expect payments. An extremely powerful tool. As I said earlier, because CD Baby is powered by Songtrust's collection system, I did not necessarily need to have a Songtrust account. And I was actually so relieved to figure that out because there are just so many things that we have to keep track of as a music artist to get paid our money. That is probably the most frustrating thing. One of the most frustrating things when it comes to the business side of music is it's never exactly clear cut of how we get paid and how we can track down our money. As a matter of fact, the fact that we have to track down our money is very frustrating, but you have to make sure that you're registered with so many different entities and services to make sure that you're getting paid for your music. And it can be very frustrating as an artist. It can be a lot to keep up with. So I was very much relieved when I realized that Songtrust powers CD Baby. Now, you might need to be doing some research to figure out if who you distribute with is powered by Songtrust or if it has its own administrative publishing services on the back end side. I got fortunate to where CD Baby is already powered by Songtrust, and so they're basically one and the same. They are two separate entities, but the system is all under LexC for my artistry. Now, other distributors, I know there is United Masters, there's TuneCore, there's CD Baby, there's DistroKid, and there are a bunch of new ones popping up every day. Whichever distributor you are using, just make sure you do your due diligence and research how they are collecting your royalties. If Songtrust is something that is powering the collection services, then you may not have to worry about registering with Songtrust as an added measure for getting your royalties collected and dispersed to you within a timely manner. So you have Songtrust, you have a digital distribution like CD Baby, like DistroKid, like TuneCore. And remember, a distributor is how you are publishing your song. It's how you are getting your song to the masses. How is it going to get up on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, all those other platforms, YouTube, all those major platforms? You're going through a distributor. So you have your Songtrust, you have your distributor, you have the MLC, you have Sound Exchange, and I can do another video to go into some other sources that are going to collect your royalties for you. But this is what Songtrust is all about. When you publish a song, when you release it, when you make it public and you open it up to be sold, to be streamed, to be downloaded, Songtrust is going to be that music publishing administration service that's going to keep track of where your song is being played, when it's being played, how many times it was played, and how much you should be getting paid from those resulting streams. That is what Songtrust is, and that is what Songtrust is for. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and I hope you have a better understanding of one of the tools that artists need to have in our toolbox, which is Songtrust. I hope you have a better understanding of what it is and what it is for, and I hope that you will take the time to make sure that you are good as an artist. Are you registered with Songtrust? If not, go look into it. Simply go to songtrust.com and register, and then register your music the same way that you would do with your performance rights organization. If you're with ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, or some other society, same thing on the back end with Songtrust. Make sure that you're outlining who the writers are, how much percentage you have, and that way you can start tracking your streams and your downloads and your sales. Extremely, extremely important. But thank you so much for tuning into Lex Chat. I do hope that this helped you. If it did, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content. In the comment section, let me know what you want to chat about next. But until then, my name is LexC. Peace.
Can't complain if you ain't OG. I'm the L all these players wanna keep. Scratching hands, 100 bands on the seat. Got the plans on the stands, all keeps. If you got money, I'm not impressed. Give me the most and not the less. Wanna compete underneath my sheets and you wanna explore underneath my dress. Better yet, say less, cause you ain't popping right. You like a Mack truck going through a stopping light. You better back up if you gotta park tonight. And if you act up, it's gonna be a parking fight. I'm the baddest and the dopest on my cooler. I'm the coldest. Got the juice from